So I thought, in the spirit of accountability, I would do a video today about how yesterday I talked about emotional processing and how my therapist said it was really important for me to take that time to do that, and how I said yesterday that I would definitely make time for emotional processing, and I didn't make time for emotional processing yesterday. And that's why I think she probably has a really good point, in that I've been reflecting on like productivity and guilt. So at the moment there's a huge need to keep going, and I'm a terrible textbook Capricorn, so I have to be busy, and productivity is like movement, and if I stop I automatically think I'm lazy, think people think I'm lazy, I haven't earned rest. I'm quite bad at that. So I realized that yesterday and today, like, I've been writing a list every day of things that I should do and ticking it off, which again couldn't be more Capricorn of me. But I think she has a point, the therapist, because I just can't chill. I've been raised like that. You crack on, and I'm actually really proud of that. That's something that I really like about myself, but it is a toxic trait of mine, because like the gym every morning, I need to do that. I've started like project, get rid of all of the stuff in my old room, move it into the new room, deep clean, like take on fucking Mount Everest of tasks with that. Like, let's do everything, let's just bleach everything, and then like let's just get rid of everything. And then, you know, CV, let's do the LinkedIn, let's do the CV, let's, you know, apply for this many jobs a day, and then like this morning I noticed that I was like, right, okay, we need to get the motivation going again, we need to keep going. And the therapist has a point. What am I doing in terms of like, I'm just keeping myself busy? And I think as human beings we keep ourselves so busy because stopping is scary, and the universe made me stop. Like, I went from a job that was literally my entire life. Everything from the minute I woke up was invested into that job till I went to bed. I had so many elements of that job that I was thinking about: travel, meeting new people every day. I had so much admin to do. I had like to-do lists. And I've gone from that to literally nothing. And I think that's scary for your processing system. It's like, shit, what do I do now? And I find comfort in structure. But I think the therapist was like, you had a really intense year and lots of things got thrown at you, and you pushed through it because you're tenacious, and that's great. But why don't, do you not want to sit with it? Do you not want to process it? And I'm very analytical. I'm very intuitive, but I'm very analytical. So I like to make sense of my emotions. So I dissect the shit out of my emotions in terms of like, this is this emotion, and this comes from this place, and this comes from this experience. But the therapist was like, that's not emotional processing. That's you trying to stick it in a rationalized box instead of actually feeling like, oh, that disappointed me, or oh, I feel a little bit like bereft because I've lost something, or I feel a little bit unsure and a bit scared, and maybe I should process that emotion. I just like bury them deep in like, this is what we need to do to move forward. Like, this is how we need to be proactive. And that's great. Again, really proud of that in myself. The fact that I do not sit and wallow. I'm not a negative person. I'm like, right, let's get back on that horse. Even if it's going to be difficult, we're going to do it. But I think a lot of us have this toxic trait where we're just like, I haven't got time to process that. And now all I have is time, but I'm avoiding it. So like the therapist said yesterday, there's clear avoidance here of opening the box of your emotions. And now I kind of get what she means. And so it's just a reality check. That's what I wanted to do this video for, that we literally believe our own bullshit all the time. And you can be positive and push forward, but part of growing is also acknowledging that at the end of the day, I'm not taking my own advice. And you probably don't take your own advice sometimes. But I am going to try and think about how I want to move forward with the things that I've learned, and how to maybe balance ticking things off my list versus like sitting with things. Like, I really wanted to do more mindfulness. Now I had a bit more time and a bit of journaling, and I've done neither because I think it feels quite scary to be like, okay, this is this time for you in your own headspace. But there's a time for productivity, and that's great, but also like, how long am I going to avoid this for? Is kind of what I'm now sitting with and reflecting on today, because it will come back at some point. Like, therapy has taught me this year, if I just bury stuff, it will come back. But it is scary to start. So I'm going to reflect on it today, and then I'm going to kind of help you guys, for those of you who are like me, who just avoids it entirely. Like, maybe we together can try and find a way to open the box a little bit, and emotionally process. So let's see how that goes.